You're here. Herta called Skrullum and I to the space station to discuss some important topics. She also sent an invite to Steven, but he didn't reply, and Herta didn't seem to want to wait any longer. And now, I wish for you to attend this meeting with me. I don't want Herta to worry herself over these frivolous matters, even though she probably wouldn't care anyway. Just in case, I want someone who will be on my side. In other words, you. Help me. It'll be easy. Just remember, my secret stays with you, don't pry too much, and keep your expressions in check. All right, let's go.
Hi, Ron-May. I've been waiting for you. Oh, you're here too? Looks like you two have become quite friendly.
It's good to see you, madam. Affirmation. This reunion has happened earlier than my calculations predicted.
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since 3 geniuses were in the same room together? And how long will we have to wait for it to happen again?
Affirmative. Discounting our discussions on the simulated universe, our interactions are scarce. I look forward to the innovative ideas that may emerge from this juxtaposition of minds.
Let me get straight to the point. I think it's time to find another partner for the simulated universe.
You wish to kick Steven out?
No, of course not. Steven doesn't want to get involved and voted to abstain? Oh, whatever. Look, I respect the way people want to live, but he doesn't have the chance to be involved in this decision-making anymore.
Question. Are we introducing a 5th partner for the simulated universe?
Yes, a 5th genius. The reason for our gathering is clear to everyone present. What else could prompt such a gathering of brilliant minds except for the answer? No one can refuse the secret of the eons. Not even Xandar will definitely give a response.
What if the responder is Polka Kakamond?
That'd be great! Hey, Lord of Silence, are you listening? I'm member number 83, Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about.
It's unlikely we'll hear from Polka Kakamond. She's been off the grid for quite some time. Probability, member number 64, Dr. Primitive, may appear.
That's a hard pass. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research practices and his tussle with the Galaxy Rangers, the IPC will surely turn this into a media circus. He can get lost. I'd prefer it if the simulated universe remained scandal-free. What about you, Chingtu? Are you still in touch with her, Ron-May? Is she still alive?
Can we ask her to leave if we are to discuss this topic? The process will be long and boring. There's no need to take up other people's time.
Of course! You brought her in, after all. It's up to you.
All right, let me walk you out.
And what the heck is this?
Seems like a programming error.
Oh, this fragment of Ron-May. Have you seen it in the simulated universe before?
It's probably an isolated glitch.
Fine. I'm used to turning a blind eye to these things. It makes life easier. I am curious, though. Are you going to keep it, Ron-May?
I probably will. Records indicate she likes this occurrence.
All right, I agree. As long as it helps you with your research, you can do whatever you want.
Come along. I'll see you out. It appears I was overthinking things. Impulsive behavior is pretty characteristic of her, after all. Thankfully, it was just a minor scare. Still, meetings give me such a headache. It seems I'll have to stay put for a while. I see that you've recovered the life form in the Master Control Zone. Thank you. Well done. I was simply being overly cautious. It is a habit of mine. Apologies. There are some things that I must tell you now. If I wait for the meeting to finish, then it might be too late. The retrieval of my life forms isn't complete yet. There's more than just one, and some are stored in a sealed zone. Herta uses that place to welcome visitors from across the stars, or to welcome members of the Genius Society. However, due to the Legion's invasion, it is no longer open to the public. And now my headache is stored there. There's much you don't know about the space station, and even more about Herta. But there is some information I can give you. That place is also used to welcome non-humanoid visitors, and has a shuttle that connects to outer space. I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand, and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, Assistant. Should you come across a threat you can't handle, just alert me. I'll come to your aid no matter what. Remember, there is a giant incubator in the middle of the zone. That's where my headache is stored. Once you're back, come find me on the railway platform. Then you'll understand everything.
What would a sealed zone look like?
Buzz.
What's up with this unit? It looks different from the one in the Master Control Zone.
Buzz. Madam Herta, open zone. Buzz. To welcome alien species, galactic visitors. High risk zone. Buzz. Service staff, inorganic life forms. Buzz. Permission status. Madam Ron May. Permissions granted. Madam Herta. Fine. As long as it keeps her happy. Buzz. Class 1 clearance zone. Buzz. Many esteemed guests. Buzz. May include dangerous persons. Buzz. Storage for Madam Herta's dangerous curios. Buzz. Madam Ron May's cultivated life forms. Buzz. Welcome. Buzz. Visitor. How can I help? Fry leftover rice. Buzz. Fry leftover rice. Buzz. Welcome. Visitor. What do you need? Buzz.
Madam Ron May. Buzz. Alien species. Buzz. That is all.
Is that all?
The kindling for the phase flame is fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research could be completed, it vanished. I've initiated new attempts. The growth status of the two samples this time is promising. I incorporated personal taste preferences into the concept, but I'm uncertain about the outcome of such an action. They simultaneously possess two sets of emotional traits. They are at once cute, weak, sentimental, and sensitive, yet are also fierce, instigating, demanding, and confident. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination, a yearning for their creator. It manifests as a natural, inherent emotion, similar to that of a baby towards its mother. Life towards sustenance, or the peculiar bond between humans.
Huh? What's that sound out there? This is the headache Runmei mentioned? It's just a different flavor.
Works. Too much negative energy. Don't like negative energy. Why am I a failure?
What's that noise? Follow me. It'll be okay. I need to find a place for this little one. That sound seems to be from that locked room. How do I get in? the same old.
Stand in position. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas aflame!
Rhythm get messed up. The mood is set. Let the show begin! Dreams do come true.
That's all you got?
Fight that type force! Fight to live!
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
I like that confidence. Nice, I give my friends. Indulge yourselves! Joining the battle. Detonate.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas aflame!
Rhythm get messed up.
That's all you got?
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck!
I will claim victory for myself. Fight to live!
Let's improvise.
You could have surrendered.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Firefly Type 4. Activate! Attack detected. Stand in position. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas aflame!
Rhythm get messed up. Dreams do come true.
Step up, let's...
Fight to live! Every victory is hard won.
Firefly Type 4. Activate! Join the battle. Detonate.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas aflame!
Rhythm get messed. Let's improvise.
Do you admit this crime?
In the mood for another beating?
Fight to live!
The final days that member number 23 Echa spent in the mechanical city showed me that even the longest of lives, such as hers, have a limit. I'm now certain that the outcome of this cultivation is failure. Life can exist in thousands of different forms, which means the form itself has no purpose. These life forms are very advanced in their own concepts, and can even trigger chain reactions such as synesthesia, but that is not what I desire. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer. Member 1, Sandar, have you ever felt this loss? Or resigned?
Are you telling me to keep going?
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers, and I want to pluck the one that never wilts. The patterns of all things always have complicated and enchanting exteriors, while their inner essences remain simple and plain. If we were to trace things back to their roots, just one equation would be enough to solve the confusion of all life. Ever since I was a child, I have always delighted in observing aspects of microscopic creatures, such as the speed with which slime molds devour objects. I have also gazed far and wide across the macroscopic world, investigating the progress of the universe up to this day. It was all very simple. I wish to discover the true essence of life, something that all individuals possess unknowingly, whether it is the materialism of their existence or an unknown entity beyond corporeal realms. To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query. Would Ram-May be able to peel away external influences? Just like pinpointing a coordinate, would she be able to uncover life's most primordial and beautiful form of existence? I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach, and that is...
Firefly Type 4, activate! Confidence.
Until everything burns to ashes! Setting the seeds of flame!
Let them get messed. Let's improvise.
Step up, let's see ya!
Fight to live! Every victory is hard won.
You're here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path. Sounds fitting. Stay here for a bit. Did something just open?
Buzz. Only Madame Ram-May has permissions. Please submit your ID. Buzz. Permissions granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check historical incubation records. 2. Inorganic lifeform companionship chat service.
Is this?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach. And that is an emanator. I cannot comprehend what an emanator is. Scholars view them as the executors of the Eon's power. So, when did it begin? And at what point did they become closer to the Eons than any other life form? At first, I tried to create a genius. I failed. That question has no solution yet, and a long journey of discovery still lies ahead. However, erudition isn't the only path in the universe. If we set logic aside, would there be more primitive and pure emanators on other paths? Of course there would be. Tazyronth. I was able to see the beginning and end of the swarm disaster through the simulated universe, obtain data on the Imperator and Sectorum and their descendants, replicate them, nurture them, and create a brand new scientific discipline. It is a logical decision. I will certainly succeed. The entity that I reconstruct will bloom into a life never before seen. Will Herta and Skrulum like this experiment? Most likely not. Therefore, before they realize what I am doing, I must hurry my work, as well as find a fitting assistant.
Permission granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check visitor records. 2. Open incubator entrance. Permission granted. Buzz.
That sound's coming from above.
You can't hurt me.
The mood is set. Let the show begin!
Joining the battle. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas of flame!
Rhythm get messed
Order
up.
of the Ten Lords. Execute the Murstruck!
Dreams do come true.
You could have surrendered.
Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves! Stand in position. Detonate.
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Rhythm get messed up. Let's improvise.
It's time.
Step up.
Set to the seas of flame!
Rhythm get messed up.
Every victory is hard. By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Murstruck!
Initiate cleanup. Attack.
Life until everything burns to ashes!
Dreams do come true.
Fight to live!
That's all you got? Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
This is set to the seas of flame!
Every victory is hard won.
There's someone in the distance. Who is that?
Here, a genius move. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question. Just move this here. You look distressed. Something the matter? If that's the case, you better get thinking.
Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Descend via the elevator. What you seek is there. Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be of any relevance to our current predicament? If a question is of no help, then don't ask it. Time is clearly precious to the both of us. Never mind. Allow me to clarify something. I know exactly who you are, and I'm aware you are in Ron May's employ. This was not my intended destination. I just happened to find my way here during my visit and saw what she was up to. My goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, I won't intercede, but should you fail, I will be forced to prevent some avoidable misfortunes. That's all you need to know. Just 2 paragraphs. Very effective communication. Because I can't bear to see idiots. Of course, they wouldn't want to see me either. The real Ron May's creation is hidden in the giant incubator below us. Go. Take the elevator and bear witness to this genius masterpiece.
The space station has an area this big? An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Target sighted. All units on alert.
The mood is set. Just let the show begin!
Prime detonate.
Until everything burns to ashes! Setting the seas aflame!
Dreams do come true. You admit that?
In the mood for an...
Fight to live! Attack detected!
Let's improvise.
Step up, let's see ya. this take?
Thank you. I will keep fighting.
Stay in step.
You could have surrendered.
In position, friends. Indulge yourselves!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas of flame!
Take your position. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
It's time.
In the mood for another
Fight to
Execute the Marastruck! No one missed the Marastruck.
set the seas of flame!
Do you admit this crime?
Step up, let's see ya. How's this take?
Motor function restored.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
It'll destroy the space station.
Time.
Set the seas of flame!
No one missed the Marastruck.
Not over.
In the mood for another Nice, like my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Do you admit this crime?
This is more than
Execute the Marastruck!
Fight to live!
Inhale.
No one missed the Marastruck.
Time to mix things up. Support. Joining the battle. Attack.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas of flame! Attack detected!
Nice, like it, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
This is more than a battle. Fight to live!
Do you admit this crime? Execute the Marastruck!
Set the seas of flame!
Stay in position.
No one missed the Marastruck.
Attack detected.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live! Attack detected!
Execute the Marastruck! You could have surrendered.
An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Target sighted. All units, attack!
Until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set. Just let the show begin.
Set the seas aflame!
Dreams do come true.
Step up!
Nap time. Fight to live!
Time to mix things up!
Great teamwork.
Naughty child. This is more than battle. Set the seas aflame!
Will them get messed up? Let's improvise.
Slice like my friends. Indulge yourselves!
That's better.
Stand in position.
Stay in step.
Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
In the mood for another beating? It ain't over.
Take your positions.
Fight to live!
Still the same old.
This is more than set to the seas aflame!
Dreams do come true.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's all you got?
Stay in step.
Joining the battle. Attack!
It'll destroy the space station. An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Target sighted. All units,
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
I set the seas aflame!
Stay in step. Dreams do come true.
Step up, let's see ya!
That'll take more than medicine. That's better.
Great teamwork.
Fight to live!
Stand in position. Attack!
I'm fresh nap time.
Let's improvise.
Until everything burns to ashes!
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
In the mood for another beating?
Naughty child.
Slice like it, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Just a little something.
Great teamwork. Dreams do come true.
This is more than a fight.
Time for a shot.
Great teamwork. Take your position.
Joining the battle.
It'll destroy the space station.
Step up, let's see ya!
Naughty child. That's better.
Support. Attack detected. Stand in position.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Just a little something.
Great teamwork.
In the mood for another beating? How's this taste? Support received. Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Like fire until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas aflame!
The confidence.
Fight to land!
Time for a shot.
Thanks, pal.
Stay in step.
It ain't over.
This is more than a battle. Set the seas aflame!
The confidence. Recalibrating.
That's better. Just a little something.
Great teamwork. Let them get messed up.
How's this taste? Support received. Slice like a good friend. Indulge yourselves!
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Naughty child. Now time.
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
Detonate.
Until everything burns to ashes!
Step up, let's see ya!
Fight to land!
Stay in step.
Just a little something.
Thank you. I will keep fighting. Set the seas aflame!
In the mood for another beating?
Take your positions. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Nap time.
Stand in position. Step up, let's see ya. How's this taste? Support received. Nice psychic, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Not over.
I'll set the scene ablaze! Unfresh nap time.
In the mood for another beating? Time to mix things up!
Thank you. I will keep fighting.
Detonate!
After 56 seconds, the creature was unable to sustain its own existence and vanished as if it had never been born. The threat is over. Time to get going.
Is it over? I need to get some answers out of Run May.
The meeting of geniuses is over. As for the future of the simulated universe, that conclusion isn't important. What's important is your task. You look upset, correct? I regret my actions. There's no defending what I've done. Time and again, my experiments have fallen short, and they've always yielded predictable results. I made a clone, but it doesn't hold a candle to the emanator. Exactly as predicted. 56 seconds on the dot. Restrained by time and place, its code of life could only be considered an incomplete attempt. I managed to replicate the moment it was born. However, it would soon disappear and be reduced to particles. Like every living being, it inevitably faced its demise as it journeyed towards the end. I find no fault in that. However, even the briefest life should have meaning. I want to know the limits of its capacity. It will indicate how far I've gone in a field completely incomprehensible to me. And it was a minuscule step, just as I had predicted. I did say that if a danger proved too great for you, I would personally step in to confront it. I must admit, I'm not fond of scenarios where everything aligns perfectly with my expectations. An experiment should have its unforeseen twists. That's where the joy lies. Even the most predictable storylines can have their pleasant surprises. I have to admit that these little ones born in the process sometimes move me. I see a human-like response in them. It is a concept completely opposite to that of divinity. They have emotions. Emotions may be either positive or negative. However, the love rooted in the depths of their heart is eternal and unchanging. They are still a long way from becoming geniuses, and are therefore unable to discern whether this love is one of friendship, romance, or familial love. That being said, can even geniuses tell the difference? I cannot, at least. I do not understand what love is, and cannot respond to their feelings. Do you believe my actions were wrong? There's no need to tell me your answer. I just felt like asking the question. How should I take care of them? Perhaps leaving them at the space station is the best choice. Do I seem irresponsible? I'm sorry. I am often at a loss as to how to face my own creations. The effects of the anti-truth serum will also wear off. If others mention me to you in the future, you can answer however you like. Or even pretend you never knew me. After all, your memory of me will soon dissipate like smoke. Over time, hidden truths tend to surface. Past traumas, which I'd rather leave behind, have made me skeptical about trusting anyone but myself. If I do not want a secret revealed, the most foolproof way is to destroy it. The anti-truth serum will make you forget the brief period we spent together. It won't take effect immediately. It is a slow, intangible process, like the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossom, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Perhaps you'll remember someone performed selfish experiments on the space station, but you will no longer remember their identity. Perhaps we'll meet again someday, but you won't be able to connect me with the recollection. That way, the connection between life forms will be erased. Friendships, secrets, grudges, lies, all will disappear. It will make our lives more relaxing. Thank you. Screwlum will stay on the space station for a while longer. He and Herta still have problems they need to solve. As for me, I'm leaving soon and won't bother with goodbyes. Do you still remember the no man's land I mentioned? I'm considering a solo trip back there during my research downtime, just to see how things are. I miss member number 55 Yu Qingtu sometimes. She used to always make something delicious for me to drink every time we parted ways. I hope I won't meet member number 4 Polka Kakamond. That would be quite troublesome. Who knows when the next gathering of geniuses will be? Do you have anything else you want to say to me? I find that difficult to answer. I thank you, Miss Assistant. If fate allows and you're interested, upon our next meeting, we could journey to No Man's Land and traverse its tranquil glaciers. Though I suppose it wouldn't be No Man's Land anymore. What a conundrum.
here a little longer in this body.
Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need her. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was her.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
She's only just woken up, dazed. She may need a few pointers.
Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Miss Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Aster will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oof. Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet? Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was...
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory's kind of hazy. What did I do after that? This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the Departments of Ecology and Insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos? Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta, too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. It was Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. Yes, well, Peppy isn't here, you see. Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area?
Activate!
Will them get messed up?
Like fire until everything burns to ashes! This is more set to the seas of
Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Target sighted. All units on alert.
until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Let's improvise.
In the mood for... Nice sight, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Stay in step. Dreams do come true.
Step up, let's see.
Let's improvise. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
In the mood for... Joining the battle. Attack!
Naughty child.
Take your positions. Dreams do come true.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas of flame!
Peppy! Are you okay?
That's me! What's up?
She wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later. So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Too abstract. Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. But it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me.
Adler seems to have gotten the lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from... Let's go over it from the start. I may have... my memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. How's it going? Did you find the information you're after? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Anxious, me? Is it that obvious? Oh. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. Vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances. That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing you mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of words. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time we had some new recruits.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you.
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought, I vaguely remember that Arlen said more.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission. Look, how did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure? I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimonies seemed to agree with this. The words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
The Department of Ecology head? She's not wrong. But...
Huh?
She's not wrong. That's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. But, now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. Let's call it a day.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most likely the truth. I need to go over it from the start.
Let me describe it again in case. Send me a signal when you...
I think she meant if only there were some...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's a lot. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate her story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough Based on your story, you met with Herta.
I remember now.
That's enough Based on your story.
I remember now.
That's enough Based on your story.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and... However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be...
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down?
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough And the assignment involves a curio.
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves a
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment... Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet...
Sure. But you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I remember now.
That's enough. Herta's collection.
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation?
Yes. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said you asked Asta.
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said you asked.
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you. However, she decided to hold her.
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking her, Lady Asta. Your testimony went out the window the second you. However, she decided to hold her.
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she decided to hold her tongue until.
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she.
I remember now.
That's enough. However, so what's the story? Are you.
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful figures?
I remember now.
That's enough. So what's the story?
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been...
Yes, I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have had an idea at the time, but he never...
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes.
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though, it bears no connection to...
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together.
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that. But then what? You need to provide evidence.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Harrider News Flash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
a declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is...
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames. Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly. Let me stay here a little longer in this body.
Not good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs. They might be attacking indiscriminately.
A list of the missing researchers.
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you want to know the relationship between these people. I don't know. That depends on your friend.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
He disappeared too. I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times. But it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. Even the surveillance cameras can't find any trace. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating, to say the least. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something important.
True. The key words that got Adler thinking were energy, life forms. Duke Inferno is also an energy life form. Coincidence? We need to investigate this.
It's you. It's Adler. He's been acting really weird recently. Always researching stuff like spontaneous combustion, supernatural activities. He doesn't even answer me when I speak to him.
What did he talk about?
He kept saying the word...
phrase.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, he was reading this booklet the last time I saw him. I don't know exactly what he's searching for, but I hope it can help you.
Your countenance suggests tragedy. So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenging management. I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It recorded the lives of a few Genius Society members. It's time to go back and chat with Lady Asta and Mr. Screwlow.
Activate! the battle.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas of flame!
Rhythm get messed up. Dreams do come true.
That's all you got?
Fight to live!
I'm okay.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
Step up, let's see ya.
Not in that time. You're back. I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spreading. The incident hasn't grown any bigger, for now. How are things with you?
Less than promising. Or to use a different phrase, we're in deep trouble. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps and evaluate the situation. From the data we've collected, there are 3 avenues we can explore. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information.
I understand. So the answer is...
Tenuous connections. Enough of this nonsense. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information.
Adler also.
You think that Adler's discovery drew the enemy?
Indeed. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have...
I understand.
Tenuous first. The next angle.
Distasteful discussion.
A mere glance at their background would indicate they share no However, after browsing through their online records, Lady Asta must know. The next angle is what the victims have in common.
I understand.
Tenuous the next angle. Last. You probably already know about this. The fire demon of Fatora. The last is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human During prior unrest, instigated by the Everflame Mansion, some testified to seeing miscreants material the flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Look, the answer is right there. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of...
It's the phase flame. The creation of member number 29, Serkal. However, she lived for a mere 29 days on the phase flame shifted into a different phase as soon as it was created.
This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase...
I understand.
Tenuous... This booklet describes a kind of fire that can... The kindling...
Somebody was once able to glimpse the traces of the phase flame and obtained a wisp. If Ifrit is a scion of the phase flame...
The kindling of this unique flame must...
I understand.
Tenuous the kindling of this unique... I fear, undoubtedly, the Curio Herta asked to find, and Adler already discovered the relationship between spontaneous human I fear that this is the truth,
I understand.
Tenuous connection. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. When Schurling said, Adler kept muttering about a phrase before he disappeared. I believe this word was actually Phase. He saw Member 29 Sir Call's research topic in this booklet and verified his hypothesis. As a scion of the phase flame, Duke Inferno would naturally share similar capabilities. Full-on phase shifting may be a bit too ambitious for him, but teleportation, that is the truth of the spontaneous human combustion. The researchers didn't disappear. We don't know where the victims went, but Duke Inferno and the sudden and consecutive disappearances provided the best. Once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed, it needs one more spark.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. If it were me, I wouldn't give you the chance.
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
Stay calm. Asta was merely teleported. Her life was not in danger. Based on first-hand experience, I have ascertained that Ifrit's flame is simply a splinter of the primordial phase flame, lacking any phase shift ability. Look.
That flame must still be somewhere inside the station. Find it, and we'll find a way to bring her back.
A splinter, you say? The arrogance of the gifted is charming in its own way. Try then if you must.
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station. He merely cast infernal fire into our midst to wreak havoc among the researchers. When the fire fizzles out...
I will head to Herta's office and activate the folded space in the curio storage room. With some changes to its parameters, I can use it to block the fire's teleportation routes and... Mr. Ratio, please go with Miss Trailblazer and contain the fire.
The infernal fire is also a form of energy life form. The imaging device will pick up its trace. The way is awash with flames. It must have just teleported. Be careful. Get ready to dash into the fire.